he's really inspired. He's a great player. You know, the thing that I find most fascinating about him is not. I mean, he plays obviously very well, but you know, I've worked with him, and you know, he's the kind of guy that'll sit for a minute and listen to his inner ear, and then just come out with something that's really appropriate. He made a solo record, an instrumental guitar solo record, and I released it through my label in America here. And there's a song that opens the record, and it's this one of the most sweetest melody guitar pieces of music I've ever heard. It's completely full, you know, and their records are like that, you know, and yeah, he's very dedicated too.
How do you explain that kind of popularity? And how do you explain it being so big there and yet relatively unknown over
Well,
here?
obviously, they sing in a particular language.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
You
a
know,
big
working
part.
with them, I just, you know, when I first had heard about them, you hear about, you know, Japanese phenomenons all the time. Oh, did you hear this band? They're really big in Japan. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and then it's like, no, these guys are the band in Japan. And I didn't really know. And they were coming to my shows, you know, and it was funny because they'd come sneaking in the back door,
Yeah.
you know, and I was like, nice to meet you. And then, you know, I didn't realize how popular they were, really. And then an opportunity came to work with them on one of my records. So the record company, Sony, sent me a stack of their records, and I thought, okay, how am I gonna get through this stuff, you know? And I'll listen to a little bit here and there. And I started listening to this, and I'm not a big fan of pop culture, and but these guys just hit the mark. You know, in every genre, there's people that are really good at what they do, and those are the ones that rise to the top. And listening to their music and working with them, they just have that chemistry, that synergy, and it's really good stuff. It's really good.
Their work.
You know what's interesting? What's if that flaws me is that they have sold something like 85 million records in Japan. Now, when you consider that per capita, and you compare it to like America,
It's like 1 billion records.
well, it's about 260 million records,
Yeah.
which is the equivalent of the Beatles and Elvis put together.
Yeah.